Quite often we get asked from potential clients whether or not they can start their voice feminisation or even the voice masculinization if they've not fully transitioned or are only presenting part-time as the desired gender.
The short answer for that is yes, definitely. I mean, people can come for voice therapy from very early on, when perhaps they're presenting in the gender they were natally assigned rather than the one they want to transition to. That's fine. It tends to work better when people are a little bit further down the line, because the voice work has a bit more relevance, and even having a little bit of pressure closer on to transition or going out more in the gender that you want to go out with, that tends to encourage people to practice. But I've certainly taken people right from the very beginning, from their natally assigned gender presentation right and all the way through their transition steps right until the end. And for some people, they need that level of support. You know, voice work is such a big thing. It means so much to them. They want to start it very early.
Right.
And I think speech and language therapists are one of the very big support areas for people, above and beyond just the voice work, really, just because of the nature of the fact that they come to see us many times.
Right.
So that's you do build a relationship with people and a confidential space for people to practice, even perhaps to present. So it's quite a multi-layered thing. In the NHS, it's a little bit different in public services, because very often they have very limited sessions. They may only have 4 to 6 sessions that the services are able to offer people. And in those instances, I tend to advise people to come as close to the presentation that they would like to have. Of course, not everybody wants to make a full-time transition anyway.
Sure.
So it's a bit of an individual case.
Okay, and again, a secondary question, just throwing it out there, because I'm a bit of a layman on all of this stuff. Do you think, I mean, obviously you said they can start, would you recommend somebody to have at least begun the transition? If you were to say you're better, I mean, would you say there's a preference to one way or the other of doing it either before or mid-transition, or is there no hard and fast rule, or?
If there had to be a choice, I think it would be more advisable for the person to go a little bit further beyond. But on the other hand, I think sometimes speech therapists are the ones who help people decide what is the right timing.
Sure.
So what I would say is come for the assessment if that's offered to you, and then discuss it through with the therapist whether the timing seems most optimal for you, especially if budgets constraints are an issue, because you don't want somebody to have 4 sessions, just get going on it, and then that's all the money they have to spend on it. Yeah. Or that's all the service in the NHS will be able to offer at that point. So if money's not a main consideration and somebody wants to just put as much input as they can, then starting earlier might work for that person.
Right. Okay.